All right, so we got a, this is probably the only washer I call Kenmore, and it's understood that it is Kenmore. In fact, it's Whirlpool made, but in today's day and age, if I refer to an appliance and I say Kenmore, this would be what Kenmore is. Kenmore used to be exclusive, but now she could be anybody. So this is a Kenmore, in my opinion. All right, so the problem with this, we have a bad lid switch. Okay, now if you have a bad lid switch, your washer will not drain or spin. So that's going to be your telltale sign. You might have water in it and it won't drain. So sometimes it might drain actually, but it won't spin. Okay, so in fact, let me plug it in. Well, we're unplugged, but yeah, that would be your symptom. Totally silent and full of water. So if you hear humming when you open and close the lid, then it's not your lid switch. All right, so we're going to be taking this cover off, or you can grab here. I usually like to grab right here. It pops up. Go straight up. You do have little tabs back there. Sometimes you can pull them from the back as well, but it's easier from the bottom. Just don't break them. Plastic. Phillips screw in another. Be careful you don't get that kinked. So this is your lid switch. And if you want to ever verify that it's your switch that is bad, you can always jump this white and brown and tape it up and see if the machine drains, and then you're good to go for testing. All right. When I used to do some of these, I would have one of these quick jumper and I would pop it on, put the machine in drain and spin, boom, works every time. All right, so you're gonna have two Phillips screws here. I already took them out. There's the broken switch. Keep your screws in there for now so you don't lose them. And we're gonna be removing this and the other. Reason for that, you need to get underneath so you're not fighting. There's a 5/16 screw, so I'll explain and show you everything. So to get this out, flat blade screwdriver works, or Phillips. Pay attention to how you take it out. We're going to tilt the back and make sure that you have something to support the back, just in case. Normally there's a tab that runs into the frame. Hopefully that's up. If not, it's going to fall back. It could damage that. So be super careful. So I'm going to hold this just in case. Okay. And you can also hold the power cord, just in case. And then we're going to pull this out. You can wrap this around the agitator. All right, so now we have our console off. We're going to lay this down so we can tackle the lid switch. Lay a blanket down for easy access. All right, so we're inside the machine. It's laying down on its front, And the best way to tackle this is going to be from down here. Now, you have your ground strap clips, they're right here. You can pretty much just push forward and they're released, just like that. Okay. This, I'm not sure why they put that like that. That should have been along the edge and there. So it's a 5/16 screw. There's the tab, push straight up. You're going to squeeze. Squeeze. All right. Now, you can do this two ways. You can go ahead and connect your new switch like that and then route it, or you can wait until you put this piece in. Now, there is a tab. See it, you can't mess up. Goes like that. That's done. Now, if you want to be on the safe side, I don't like any wires not to be covered. And the older switches actually used to have more coverage to protect them. So insert, and if it's too long, you just cut it. Okay, so this could be a little shorter. You can see how it's kind of hanging up, but the wire is still protected. So totally fine. Totally fine. Okay. Nothing can hurt the wire. And now you have your... All right, so this one, what you want to do, get your screwdriver, pry it up, and slide it right under it. All right. Now, and then you have your screws, just like that. Your ground, you can't forget your ground strap now, which is in here. That's how your ground strap should be, just like that. All right, so 2 Phillips screws. Let's get those in. All right, so do not over tighten your switch, otherwise you can damage it. Slow push, you should hear a click. Beautiful. All right. Switch is good, ground is good, everything is nicely tucked. Like I said, you could probably cut this and leave the wire, but it's not hurting anything, so it's totally fine. Maybe slide it just a little bit back. That's it. All right, we're going to be standing this up. Here are some things to pay attention to. Make sure that the opening is good, because that tab, which stands up, has to be inserted into that, and also the back. All right, those look good. Let me give you a close-up. That. All right, make sure yours aren't damaged. Otherwise, the washer will not sit properly. All right. All right, so the key is you want to keep this tilted, and you're going to scoot the front piece here under first. By the way, if you don't have legs on your washer, it's going to be very difficult. So you'll have to put something underneath where the legs would be so that the front portion can be slid under. See that? Now, as you're doing that, disconnect your whatever is you're using to hold this up. In this case, I'm using the cord. You don't want to get it caught between. All right, so what you're going to do now, you're going to bring it forward. All right, make sure nothing is binding. That drain tube, pressure tube, make sure that is nice and still smooth. Plug your switch in while you have it so you don't forget. These going up like that, under, and you push forward. Now, we need to check the sides to make sure that they're in, but I don't have a lot of room, so we need to make sure that they're in. Don't pinch your finger or your hand. All right, so close the lid. You should hear a click. All right, so we're going to take it outside and verify that the back is nice and secured, because otherwise the sides are going to be bulging out slightly. All right, let's do that. This is even better. You can see the lines perfectly lined up. Also, those are fully inserted, the front and the bottom. So that's good. This one is not, you see that? So I'll show you how to do that. And the top looks fine, but as we get closer here, it is not inserted. So those are very important. Let's get a flat blade screwdriver and I'll show you how to do that. All right, add some pressure. We're gonna slide it forward. There we go. And this has to come up somewhat. This is too far down. Looks like it needs to be slid up. There we go. Okay, now we're almost done. You're gonna get your screwdriver and you're gonna go in. You might need a hammer, slight hammer, and you tap it. That's perfect. All right. All right, one final. Double check your work. Make sure nothing is binding. Everything's plugged up. And close the lid. All right, guys, that's how you do that. She's ready for work. Thanks for watching.